What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, fly, dude. I have like one fly in my house, and he's like killing me, dude. I can't grab him. I can usually kind of swipe him and catch him, but I'm a monk, right? So I just let him out the door. I can't catch him, dude. But I think it's about time I curtain call him. Okay, good. Thank you so much for joining me. You see the message. Before we even get started, I want to say thank you to the Council of Vapor for your understanding. I do want to apologize to you guys for the time it's taken me to get this video up. However, you were very cool about why it took so long, so thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's move into it, man. Today we're going to be building the Royal Hunter Mini. I'm a big fan of the Royal Hunter, period. I enjoyed the plugs that were in the post to really slam down those screws onto the wires and really gave for a really good, solid connection. The overall design, the way the airflow came in, super nice. Great dripper. I saw they come out with the Mini, and I was definitely curious because of all that airflow on that little teeny guy, you know. And I'm excited. Let's take it down, break into it, have some fun with it, build it. Here we go, man. Move you in a little bit. The Royal Hunter Mini. Nice packaging as always from these guys. Pop top. Great Allen key. Really nice Allen key. I love these black ones versus the other ones. Not a fan of the other ones. Set that out to the side. Pull out this whole section here because I want to show you what's in here. Flip it open. Pull this out. Pull this out. And what do we got here? We got a sticker. Set that off to the side. Sticker, I believe. Nope, no sticker. Just cardboard cutout. Got a QR code. That's what that is, isn't it? Scan that sucker. See what's going on. You can visit them on Facebook. Coilhead, Kindred, and Addy. Question marks, man. These guys are dropping bombs. As well as the wide bore high flow drip tip. Nice little layout here. Kind of giving you the breakdown. I think I need to shed some light onto this situation. Yep. Some more light in here. It's gloomy. Wish you were here right now to smell this cinnamon swirl banana nut bread we just made. So good. Inside you're going to find this nice soft shell case. This is great for shipping. You can play football with this thing. It won't get damaged. Pull out the dripper. Move this off to the side. Pull out the other drip tip. And we're going to talk about this guy for sure. And then a little bag of extra O-rings and 3 extra hex key screws. All right. Excuse me, 4. You gone, man. Put this back in. Don't want to lose that. Save that for later. Pull this guy over. Let's talk about the high flow drip tip. Like always, we always start from the top, work our way down. I think the black might show up better, and that's what's actually on mine. Yeah, there we go. High flow. Nice big bore. This honeycomb, if you will, helps with spit back. Now, in my previous Royal Hunter video, someone said, you're not supposed to drip through the drip tip. Who would do that? Well, I would, man. I would drip through the drip tip. You never know if somebody out there is going to try that, or if they're curious as if it would work. And that's what I do. That's my job, man, is to find out, would it work? And if it does, then let everybody know. If it doesn't, let everybody know. But I had to at least try, okay? As far as this goes, no, not really. Go ahead and bypass that. Threading. Threads in on this one. Thin, thin threads. This is not some place where you thread it in, keep going, and when it's tight, you keep going. You're going to strip those really easy. So, I mean, when it's down, it's done. That's it. And this is how you're going to get to juice in your coils, man, is by taking this off. Couple twists, it doesn't take much, drip. right back on. No problem. Nice, smooth, goes in, no problem. Okay. This is very functional for the size of this Addy. Very functional. Next up, I'm going to need the tenderfoot to get this off. The O-rings on this are fantastic. Link in the description where you can pick this guy up. Really good O-rings. Oh my goodness. Yes! They did it right. They did it right. So here's the barrel. Note the color. Focus. Note the color. Very sparkly. I can't remember what this is. I think it's like sea blue or whatnot. Nice engraving. The Royal Hunter Mini, RH Mini. Nice low profile. This thing is teeny. Plenty of airflow. Now you're noticing at the top those little indirect airflow holes. Note how they're kind of coming across the top cap there. See how they kind of drilled and it's kind of just gazing the top? That's going to help keep the heat down as well. That was smart, really smart. These indirect airflow holes, I believe, are to keep the heat down and keep this cool. The size of the drip tip here, your lips, my lips at least, tend to touch quite a bit when I'm vaping this. But I've never been like, ow, ow, from this at all. And I don't run nearly wide open on this. Let me pop off the top here. Again, nice fit. Nice fit on everything. We'll click on the barrel one more time. The airflow, you can kind of see that kind of stepped airflow. And then the indirects on top. They did an excellent job on this. No crispity, crunchity. Excellent on the coloring. Look at that. Notch on the barrel. Okay. Centered builds with this one. Set that off and show you the top piece. Again, threading pretty thin. There we go. Threading pretty thin, like I was saying. But still, I haven't had any problems with that as well. There's your indirects. And that's what I'm calling them. I'm going to assume that's what they are. And they're working. They're working really well. If they design this for just those, because they don't come near the coils. If they put these in here to keep the cooling down, to cool it down, they didn't. It works really well. Really well. This is a great dripper. Highly recommend this one. Nice tabs. It's interesting. Cool. Let's get that out of the way. Start that long enough. Star of the show is the deck. Here we are with the deck. Nice low, tiny low profile, stubby posts. Silver plated 510 pin. Sticks out just a little bit. For your hybrid mods or whatnot, I believe that would be just fine. Smooth threading on 510. The engravings on the bottom. Just like the Royal Hunter. Royal Hunter Mini 2013. Council of Vapor established 2013. Royal Hunter Mini, okay, you can read all that. Serial number 9937B. And Veritas Aquitas. Did I say that wrong? I probably did. Oof. Probably did. Dual O-rings holding it on. Very snug, secure fit. The center post appears to be silver plated as well. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. It's like I was saying with the Royal Hunter. If this thing is silver plated, they should totally advertise that. And I don't know if it is. It could just be shiny stainless, but it's looking like a different material versus the rest. See what I'm saying? But I could be wrong. Now, you're noticing probably already that I do have a crooked T-post. And it is. And I've tried to remedy that by simply removing the screw, turning it, and trying to tighten it down. It won't. It stays like this. While it doesn't affect the vape whatsoever, or the building of it whatsoever, I had to throw that out there. And I believe it's because the insulator is milled, or however they process the insulators, it's crooked. That's why, as you can see. The insulator itself is crooked. Let's see if I can get it in the right. See what I mean? And that's why. But it doesn't spin. As you can see, it's notched in there in a square oval shape. It doesn't move, it doesn't spin, no problem. Let me open up the eyelets. The key fits the grub screws very well. Very well. I'm going to pull these up because I want to show you on the inside. They went ahead and did it again. You know, similar to like the Indestructible, which I'm a huge fan of as well. They have the... There we go. It's just the flat bottoms on all the posts. See? Beautiful work. Everyone's just flat on the inside. It doesn't go further than it has to. Try and get the negative in there. There you go. See that? Isn't that great? Oh, I love that. You don't have to put tons of pressure on your screws. Generous eyelets. Very generous eyelets on here. Pretty small juice well, but big for this. I haven't had any problems really with leaking, but I don't drip to fill this and then vape it. I just put enough on there to get a couple drags or a couple wee nips out of it, and then I re-drip again. I have no problem doing that. It's great. Isn't that great? Ugh, love that. Let's build it. Build it. You've seen every aspect of this thing. Throw my tool, my tender. Back it up a little bit. Thread it in. We'll get you all adjusted. We're going to be doing a nickel building this today. I'm throwing it on my home wrecker, and I'm going to show you what setting I use. And you might laugh, but it's plenty. And I mean plenty of airflow. That's how I use it. One indirect open. Barely nicking all three of those. Now I put everything from a nickel build into this to a 20 gauge build in this. And this is how I use it. I would actually open this up a little bit more. That's it. Tons of airflow. So just so you know where I'm setting my airflow preference at. Also, if I didn't mention it, it does come with a white tip as well. So you can kind of, you know, match it, mix and match it, depending on what mod you're going to use. Let me have a vape real quick. Get you completely set up in the shot here. That's perfect right there. So what we're going to use today is some humble wick and wire. This nickel is amazing, to say the very, very least. I'll put a link in the description. And I've been waiting to get my hands on some of this. And Nick hooked me up about 25 feet of it, and I plan on buying like 200 feet of this stuff. No question. The resistance, you know, is very sound on it. It doesn't flux a ton, which is great. And also, when you wrap it, it holds its shape extremely well. Not just because it's 26 and it's a thicker gauge. The 28 gauge does it. Everything else does it. Every wire I've used of their nickel wraps beautifully. Wherever you put it is where it stays. I'm going to show you. Let me back you up. All the way here. I got an 1/8 bit, 3mm. And I got my 26 gauge. Let me show you the casing design so you can see. That's what I'm using. Good shot of that. And I'm going to wrap 10 times around this bit. Spaced. So I'm just going to go around. Nine. Went around it 10 times. And it's already held its shape. Like it's holding it beautifully right now. Pull it kind of snug down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to compress it and let off. And there you go. There you go. Every time perfectly spaced. Let's do it again. And as you can see, I mean, it's really grabbing on there, like it's wrapped around that tight. Let's do another.
Quotes, and it seems like they're all the same. If you want a company that feels different the very first time you call, then try ni200.
Should have cut that a little longer, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna take it. I just wrapped it around, just made sure there was space, and then I just compress it and let off. There we go. Every single time, perfectly spaced. Let's load it up. I'm gonna put this janky one in first. So with these, with most tees, I'm gonna go one lead here. I'm gonna skip this one and go to this one right there. Let's do it. And then just like that. Spin it. I'm gonna make sure there's some space on here. And it's got a ton of room to build on. Can I just tell you, a ton. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down right now. And you don't have to go super tight because of the screws. Just snug, done. Next one. Snug, done. Now, I'm gonna take it, stretch it a little bit, push it towards the middle. Doesn't take much effort at all. Negative needs a little more snugging. I saw the lead moving. I always watch the leads whenever I move my coil when I center it. I watch my leads, and if they wiggle, I know which screw to tighten down. That's great. Make sure it's fairly low right there. And that's where I'm looking as far as height goes. Just above the deck line. Clip it. Honestly, you don't need to even clip it. I can just wiggle it off. It'll bust. Done. Just like that. You grab some pliers instead, because then you can probably see it. The coil doesn't move at all. Done. Isn't that great? That just goes to show you how little you have to do to get great results. Next coil, same thing. Bypass. Coming around. See how I'm bypassing that? Works every time. And I'm going to try and gauge about the same distance here. It's pretty good right there. And I'm going to start with the negative. Nice fitting Allen key. Just nice and easy. I'm going to push it in the middle. Don't be afraid here. Just give it a little love. There we go. Just tighten down that one. This one needed a little bit. Thought I saw it move a little. Yeah. They should already be about the same height. But I'm going to go ahead and break these off real quick with some pliers and show you. You can do this with Kanthal. It's kind of hard to get it up to break with that other coil because I don't want to disturb it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Same. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you how secure everything gets. It needs a little work. It needs a little work, as you can see by the height of each coil. So let me go ahead and do that now. Let's see which ones it is. Yeah, this one's got an angle to it. Reinsert. I want these flat and the same height. That's pretty good. This one I could probably adjust a little bit. That's much better. Much better. Now about the same height and about the same spacing. I want equal performance out of each of these. 10 wraps, 26 gauge nickel. That's it. Now we wick it. One more little spin here. This tenderfoot stand's amazing. Link to these stands in every video, every description. You deserve to have one, man. You deserve it. You have a vape. So, what are we going to use for wicking material? We're going to use some Muji cotton. I'm going to cut me off a strip. 2 strips to be exact. And when I peeled off the outside of this one, it looks pretty thin. So I'm going to cut really wide pieces to make up for the thinness. I'm going to cut a notch in each one. And that notch right there just makes you get a better point from your Japanese cotton. And I'm just delicately twisting it here. I'll back it up on the next one so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Stick it in. I'm going to pull it through. As I pull through this way, I'm going to pull this way, and it should help it squeeze in there pretty well. With my nickel bills, I like to wick it just a little looser than most, and that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Spin it around and do it again, but this time I'm back yet. So I have it, and I'm just going to twist where I cut the angle to make the point, and then I'm just going to twist it. Just by the feel of this one, I think we might be pretty good. Hopefully it's about the same. If not, I might have to re-wick the other side. Bring it down. And pull it tight. That's good. I'm happy with that. And I spin it in here because it's there we go. Just see how it kind of sat? It almost like wanted to go there. That's why I spin it. It's great. 26 gauge, 10 wraps, 3mm. Where am I going to clip it? About 2 to 3 mils off the deck. That's all I want. There's a better look at it right there. There we go. And I'm going to see if I can go ahead and just wick it right here. I'm going to take it, drag it up the deck, and then pop it in. I love the way everything on this dripper. I don't like this way. I really enjoy how everything secures in here. I really do. Pull it in, pull it to the corner. Sorry, that wasn't in the shot. There we go. Pop it in that corner. Make sure it's sitting down nicely in that back corner. But like I was saying, the way that these screws fasten down any wire you use, the way it just locks it into place, I just love that. And I'm hoping to see tanks specifically start doing the same design. You know, when they go all the way through, I'm going to go ahead and slide this one all the way in there. It's a little thicker than the other one. When they drill all the way through down, that's when you start snapping leads, and that's so frustrating. We don't need to do that. They don't need to do that, as you can see here. Plugs would work great, and I'm just hoping we see more of this because it makes building a lot easier. And for somebody just getting into building, this is a great option, man. It really is. There's a ton of build space on this thing. I've seen pictures of the clone, and I don't think they have the same thing. I really don't. So that's what we're looking at. See how it's crooked on this? That's just, for me, I don't like that. I don't like how it's cockeyed like that. But it doesn't affect anything. And that's the build, man. Nice pocket underneath. Each one's about the same height. Ooh, that one kind of got a little lost on me, didn't it? Ah. I could fix it, but you know what? Yeah, I'm going to fix it. There we go. There we go. I want them flat. You know, anytime you do a dual coil, you want the other one to be the same as the other one. That's how you're going to get that really good performance out of it. That's great, man. I'm happy with that. So, let me back it up a hair. Have a vape. Unscrew this. Got the home wrecker here. I might need to change my bats. Let me see. Nah, we should be okay. Got it on. This nickel's incredible, by the way. Like, if you've been messing with nickel and you've been building with nickel, I can tell you without a doubt you are going to love this stuff. It holds a wrap extremely well. The resistance is bang on. We're gonna get this juicy now with nothing less than some sweet pea. Check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and see. You can see it's dry, right? It's dry. I'm gonna go glob, and I'm gonna fire it. There we go. And it's just gonna pull it in. And while you do this, it's gonna break in the coils and really get them firing evenly. You'll start to see maybe one was firing, one wasn't. See, like that? Also a good little tip, if it doesn't quite come together like you want it to, is of course the strum, right? There we go. Much better. And I'm just going to continue to do that until it's juicy, which it is right now. It's great. I'm happy with that. Next up, barrel, and I want to put these airflow holes right in the front of that. Just like that. You can see that. There we go. Right in front of the coil. That's where it is. Now, looking in here, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but these bottom airflow holes, bottom ones are right on the coil. Dead on. Bang on it. And then I have one of the indirects open. Let's take it up and vape this thing, man. Back you up first. There we go. Maybe move you back. How's that? It's good. It's good. It's good. Let's have a wee nip. Pretty good. I'm gonna give it some heat, not heat, but some wattage. It's at 450 at 40 watts. Now, remember how I was telling you about getting to the coils? You gotta unscrew it. Drip. And then you thread it back on. It's important that when you twist it on, it starts to snug. That's it. It's important that you stop. If you keep trying to make it go tighter, it's gonna just be bad. It's just gonna strip out. And you're going to have to, use the other one indefinitely. Having the white and the black is really cool, being able to adjust to any device you're using, just to make it look good, you know what I mean? No weird nickly taste, nothing. And I don't know if you can hear it. The draw is super smooth on this. Super smooth. Look inside. Yeah, a lot of good hits on the Royal Hunter Mini. Looking pretty juicy. I mean, just that little bit I have open is a ridiculous amount of vapor. If you are going to try and cloud chase with this one, you're going to get some heat. As good as those indirect airflow holes work, you're going to get some heat from that. I tend to use this just for flavor chasing, man. Put in one of your favorite juices and take your time with it, dude. It's great. not much more I can say about this. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at tjvapingreviews@aol.com, or you can simply comment down below. I try to get back to everybody. I miss a few here and there, but I always try to. Link in the description where you can pick this bad boy up. My local shop just got them in, man. As well as the Humble Wickham wire. Definitely, you guys got to try this out. Have to. If you enjoy building with temp control, let's end this. Claws. Dude. Claw. Yeah.